According to the Catholic Church, the Liturgy of the Hours, also known as the Breviary or the Divine Office, is the official public prayer of the Church. It takes place at multiple times throughout the day, morning, noon, evening, and night. And it consists of all kinds of psalms and prayers that are said by priests, religious, and lay people throughout the world, a kind of unending chant of praise and prayer to God. Where does this liturgy come from? Where is the original roots of the Liturgy of the Hours? How did we begin this practice of hours of prayer and set prayers of the Psalms, for example? In this Bible study, what I try to show is that, like so many things in the Catholic faith that might at first seem strange, they go back to the Old Testament, to ancient Judaism. And the same thing's true of the Liturgy of the Hours. As we'll see, the practice of praying at certain hours of prayer, as well as the practice of praying the Psalms in particular, is something that Jesus himself did. It's something that his Jewish apostles did, that they had set hours of prayer, morning prayer, noonday prayer, and evening prayer in particular. In other words, the Jews themselves were known for praying at set times of the day. And guess what they would pray whenever they would get together to do this? They would pray the Psalms. In fact, the Psalms were the prayer book of Jesus himself. He didn't have the imitation of Christ. He didn't have the little office of the Blessed Virgin Mary. He didn't have the Magnificat that's so popular today. What did Jesus pray with? What was his prayer book? It was the book of Psalms. And the book of Psalms is the beating heart of the Liturgy of the Hours. So, if you've ever started to pray the Liturgy of the Hours yourself and wanted to understand more what's going on, or if you have a priest friend or a religious, a nun, a sister who prays the office, who prays the breviary, that you might want to help them to grow in their faith, this Bible study was really designed for anyone interested in beginning the Liturgy of the Hours or interested in continuing to pray the Liturgy of the Hours, to help strengthen them and see that our practice of daily hours of prayer as Catholics is something rooted in the life of Jesus and the apostles himself. And as a special bonus, I'm going to show you how the very hours of prayer, this particular morning and evening prayer that Catholics practice today, are also tied to the passion and death of Jesus. In other words, that the Liturgy of the Hours is a participation in Jesus' suffering and death, in which he offered the perfect sacrifice of praise to the Father. So if you ever wanted to know more about this beautiful, beautiful prayer, the Divine Office, come with me on this journey into the world of the prayer of the first Christians and of Christ himself.